Is it worth the struggle? Back to the truck! How much patience do you really have? We're gonna be starting another run today. What will it take to beat this game? It's been a minute since the last video, so let's do a little recap. For the whole unabridged Emerald Kaizo story, check out the playlist in the top right. In early 2024, I decided to give playing Pokemon Challenge games a shot and decided to start with Emerald Kaizo, a game once known as Pokemon's hardest game. There are a lot of growing pains in learning skills like XP management and how to prep for fights. So much so that it took me 10 whole runs to claim my first gym badge. We win! We win! Deathless Roxanne! Let's go! That run allowed us to get a shot at getting our second badge for the first time, which came down to a speed tie, a coin flip to win back-to-back badges. It's literally a coin flip. If we go first, we win. If we go second, we wipe and we lose. Here goes nothing. That heartbreaking loss didn't leave us discouraged for too long though, as 4 runs later, we'd cleaned up our play to take down Broly for the first time at the cost of our starter. But I soon learned how fragile nuzlocks can be, as I walked into a double battle unprepared and ended up losing 5 Pokemon in one fight, which caused me to mercy kill my best run so far. You know, magnitude can go between 1 and 10. It doesn't always have to be 8 through 10. You can choose any of the numbers in there. It doesn't have to be the high numbers. Little did I know this loss would put us into what runners call early game hell, stuck playing the beginning of the game over and over again. Eventually, we do end up making it back all the way to Watson for the first time on run 20, but the line I cooked up for him was absolute garbage. Well, run 20 was great. I think run 20 went really well. I learned a lot during run 20. Fight 2 against the 3rd gym leader Watson on run 23 isn't much better, as we bring his Lantern down to clicking struggle, but still get absolutely washed by him. But finally on run 29, we get to Watson with only a single Pokemon loss, 7 less deaths than our previous run that made it to. We take down 2 mons to match our Watson PP. Then Nutella and Peaches are able to break Ampharos' ankles with swaps and Toxic to get the furthest we've ever been. We do that same Toxic strat with Gloom against Watson's Lantern, but unfortunately they get clipped by a rogue Ice Beam. But their sacrifice is not in vain, as with only fast frail Pokemon left, we're able to pick up our 3rd badge for the first time with a well-deserved pop-off. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! The path to the 4th badge in Emerald Kaizo is not nearly as straightforward as the other 3. You've got Red 2 and the Magma Gauntlet to contend with before you get to struggle in Flannery Gym that is Permanent Sun. Luckily, we've got a Dark type to handle Red 2's scariest mon, Espeon, which gets us over that first hump. The Gauntlet isn't as kind to us, as our death counter is up to 5 before we face the 2 bosses atop Mount Chimney, Tabitha and Maxie. Against Tabitha, our Wishcast gets into a slightly sketchy situation, but only gets punished by Quick Claw crit, about a 1.3% chance. No Quick Claw proc, we're fine. And if it does, no crit, we're fine. This throws our plan a little into whack, and at the tail end of the fight, we've got to dodge another high roll crit with Guardy B. Huh! Oh, we have the badger! Oh, God, dude! And thankfully, we don't get screwed twice in one fight. Then, we do have to bake sacking Sudowoodo into our Maxi plan to make it out safe, but losing them is not in vain, as the rest of the fight goes off without a hitch. Flannery is finally around the corner. The deaths continue to stack up as our run towards Flannery turns into a walk and then a crawl, as our options are limited by 12 by the time we reach our fight. This is especially rough, as without a few niche Pokemon, most Flannery fights require to sack up to 5 mons to make it through. And this plan we have cooked up for our first shot at Flannery is one of those that plans 5 sacrifices. We trade 1 for 1 for the first 3 Pokemon until Quillfish, who is planned to die to Typhlosion, comes in. Wild Charge is the one we want to see. And it gets Poison Point? Oh, it is the Lumberry. I mean, we could still poison again with Gunk Shot. That's nuts. It's not gonna... Oh, it does make a difference. Word! This bit of luck lets us change our plan on the fly and leaves us with 2 Pokemon left to finish off Flannery's ace, Castform, who's a ton of buffs in this game. 2 Cross Chops kill this. or one cross chop crit kills this. Then Dumpling misses a 90% accurate cross chop. Get another shot. You gotta crit to make. Then Dumpling misses a second 90% accurate cross chop. Now if he doesn't survive Castform's next move and do chip damage with Vital Throw, we likely lose the run right here. We hit Vital Throw here. When we need to not get the Solar Beam range. I think we win. But Dumpling barely hangs on with 6 health, and Sharpedo is able to close out this massacre of a fight to beat Flannery on our very first try. Now we go from one of the hardest splits in Emerald Kaizo to one of the easiest, as there are only 4 fights between batch 4 and 5. And on top of that, the Norman Gym battle is regarded as one of the easiest in the game. Our Endeavor quick attack strategy goes well until we don't notice that Tauros has a priority move, which loses us our starter to bring our death total all the way to 18. We do, however, claim this gym badge. With so many Pokemon lost though, wiping was an inevitability, but it came embarrassingly to a one-off trainer with a Swift Swim Politoed, who single-handedly KO'd our entire team. Oh my god. It's over. The run's over. We wouldn't have to wait as long as we did with Watson to get a rematch with Flannery, as just 2 runs later, we're back again, this time with only 3 deaths before fighting her. And our line only expects to sack 3 instead of 5 this time. Taking down Ninetales goes okay, but then Gyarados gets burned against Charizard, which ruins our entire plan. Electrode cleans up Charles and then booms on Typhlosion to pass the baton back to Tenta to get things back on track. Then after Grumpig sacks themselves to Arcanine, it's a 3v2 in our favor, where it falls to Primeape to make some magic happen, but it's too far gone and we lose the rematch. 4 runs later with a run in much worse shape, we enter our tiebreaker match with Flannery. We bring it down to a 3v2 yet again, where Beep Beep the Macargo is fishing for Omni Boost and trying to dodge crits. Come on! Let's go! Let's fucking go! Alright, hold! Crit Solar Beam still does get us. Fuck! But again, we get so close and aren't able to figure out how to beat Flannery for a second time in a row. It's always demoralizing to start from scratch again, but with so much experience in the early game, it's a lot smoother now. Experience and our secret weapon, Sunflora, one of the few Pokemon who get setup moves in Emerald Kaizo. Against Roxanne, Sunny D sets up in front of Shuckle and KOs Lunatone for a deathless Roxanne. Against Brawly, he solos 4 Mons and has us deathless through that gym as well. Sunny D's then got a potential for a 3-peat against Watson, but has to avoid getting fully parried and crit to make it happen. Alright, we hit through the first para. That's 1 down. No crit, no para. Okay, that's 2 for free. No crit, no para. No crit, no para. Oh boy. Hey, no way! No way! What's a level cap to a god? We've got a couple of turns to do this. That is insane! No paras! Absolutely electric to make us deathless past Watson for the first time ever. We don't end up taking our first death until halfway through the Magma Gauntlet. We unfortunately suffer 2 more high-value losses in Gyarados and Lantern before the gauntlet is over. But with only 4 Pokemon down total, there's still a lot of hope for this run to break the Flannery curse and get past her for the first time in 7 runs. And now you're all caught up, which means this is where we're going to end this episode off. If you want to pick up where this video leaves off in the VODs, there's a link down in the description. And if you want to watch me stream Pokemon Challenge games live, there's a link down in the description to follow me on Twitch. And that about does it for me. I've been Saves Untitled, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.